Hello and welcome to another episode of the FPL Hangover Podcast, where we raise the bar and lower the tone on all things FPL related. We are coming to you on the 7th of November. The game week from hell has just passed over our front doors. And here to help me make some sense of it all, my podcast partner in crime, Paddy. How are you getting on, my friend?
Not too bad, Ger. It's good to be back. Hello to all the listeners that are listening on their commute to work on Happy Hump Day, Wednesday. And to the millions and millions watching on YouTube. Yes, I did sell Son. Yes, I did triple captain Haaland.
Oh.
Here, tell these people something about me.
I deliberately left the intro a little less, I don't know, what's the word? Stabby. I didn't, because I'm going to tear into you. So I was
I'm ready.
I just didn't want to really start the tone off in a horribly kind of antagonistic manner. So yeah, but you blurted it out there. You obviously have a lot to get off your mind. You heard him correct, folks. He did use his triple captainship. The transfer we can talk about. That's not as bad. But I think triple captain activated is pretty huge. We've got lots to discuss. We're going to open up the drunk tank. It's been a while. And we're going to look at the FPL Hangover Mini-League. So stick with us. If you like what you hear, hit the like, subscribe, and give us a 5-star review. All the usual mumbo jumbo. But let's get right into it, Paddy. Game week 11. How bad was it?
I think we'll start with the manager who got the most points this week.
We usually just do whatever you want.
So that would be me, because I got more points than you. Yeah,
you did. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I got more points than you. Yeah, that's okay. So I got 29 points this week. It was a horror week for a lot of managers, but do not feel disillusioned with yourselves, because Az only got 11.
That's a badge of honor, man. That's a badge of honor.
That's a collector's item.
Yeah, 100%. That's the chicks dig scars. That's the way I look at it. You know, like no one cares about the medals. It's all about the scars, and that's what FPL gives you.
Exactly. So, really shit week. Lots of people had a shit week, but anyway, we're just going to go tear right into here. So I feel like I was steeped in bad luck. Real bad luck.
Why? Where's the luck coming in?
Well, for a start, my triple captainship. You know, all you sheep just go on about the double game week, and it's good playing the percentage game, whatever. I mean, but it doesn't always come off. It doesn't always come off. I
don't even know if you can just reduce that argument down to.
Well, listen. This is my argument, okay? And I decided that I was going to use Haaland against Bournemouth because I thought he'd fill his boots. And he fucking would have. He would have filled his boots. What was the score of the game? 6-1?
Yeah.
Yeah, he would have filled his fucking boots.
You didn't score any of the first three.
Shut your goddamn mouth. Would Haaland have scored in that game if he hadn't got injured?
I'm going to say no.
You fucking gaslighter.
I'm going to say no. Okay.
You know he would. Ger? He would have.
I don't think he would have. I think this was like Salah against Bournemouth. Was it last year or the 9-1 when he delivered absolutely nothing? This was written. This is like when everyone was looking at Kane in that double game week many moons ago, and it was just guaranteed he was going to score. Haaland's going to do it. Haaland captainers and Haaland retainers are going to laugh their balls off, and this will finally be their revenge.
We all know Haaland would have probably got a hat-trick in the second half, only he got injured, and I didn't get my triple captain point. So yeah, I was unlucky with my triple captain. It was a great decision to do it.
I think he might have got one. He might have got the fourth goal, and then he'd have been whipped off straight away anyway, because the game was
he would have got over. Yeah, he would have got the fourth goal early, but it would have been too early to sub him off, so he would have got the fifth as well. And he would have got an assist, and then he'd been right. Your job. So I would have been it was a good decision. Anyway, I was just unlucky with that.
Sheer luck.
Just sheer unluckiness. So yeah, the triple captain didn't pay off. Trippier, a lot of people sold him. I kept him. Got 9 points. I was rewarded.
Didn't fucking feel like a lot of people sold him.
It fucking did. It did whenever I was looking on.
Yeah, well, I says from my perspective, I'm looking at you and I'm going, you have the cunt. Everyone else I was looking at had Trippier.
Oh, so. Yeah. Well, I mean, I was looking on Twitter, just trying to get a vibe of what was happening just the night before the deadline. and Trippier was being sold left, right, and centre. I was like, whoa. So anyway, I also had Burn, but I had Burn on the bench. I started Lamptey, and I had Cash. So Lamptey didn't start, and I was thinking, oh, well, there's a Newcastle clean sheet on the horizon here, and hadn't looked at the team. Seen then that Burn went off injured, 1-pointer. So I was very, very unlucky. I mean, a lot of Burn managers were very, very unlucky managers. So, and Cash then, 0 points. We're all very unlucky again. Then Madison. I needed Madison to do something, and he got injured in like a crazy game, which I think I was very, very unlucky. Luck
there now, you know.
Yeah, I think I'm the unluckiest manager in the game at the minute. I think I am right up there.
Both the greatest FPL mind and the most unluckiest manager.
They go hand in hand. Like, you see, I was at the top of the mountain, Ger.
I don't know.
You know, and I've been to the top of the mountain, and you know what? It's lonely up there.
And that's why you came back down to us plebs.
The air is thinner, and there's no one up there with me, and I don't know. It's not all blowjobs and rainbows at the top. Anyway, I made a transfer. I got rid of Son. I brought in Saka, which some people might think is crazy. Others might think it was genius if you look at his next game coming up as well. I didn't really fancy having the double Spursies because I had a feeling they were going to do a Spursy, which they did. They capitulated. That'll be the end of them now for the season.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll see. Anyway, I had a little tiny bit of luck. Diaz, who I'm very glad got his father back, Papa.
Did he get him back?
Well, not yet, but I mean, he's on the way.
Okay, I thought last I heard that hadn't happened.
The vibe I got from that was that they kidnapped his dad, and the like a little rogue group inside the big group kidnapped him, and then the head of the table was like, "Oh fuck, you got Diaz's dad. That's not good. Give him back." Yeah, and then they said that they didn't really know anything about it.
Well, you're in the know. Do you tell all your Instagram followers this?
No, just our followers here. But yeah, follow me on Instagram. We'll get to that in a minute. So yeah, they picked up the wrong bloke. And so Diaz comes off the bench.
Just a mad tangent to go, oh yeah, I have the inside scoop. They picked up the wrong bloke. There was no harm meant. I'm just kidnapped a grown man.
They're going to kidnap somebody else.
Donate a few bob to charity afterwards. Is that it? Is it?
Yeah, they're all right. Diaz anyway came off the bench, scored the goal, which was amazing. I needed that 6 points. Then I was on 2 bonus points as well, but he went and done a foul.
He done a foul.
And I was on a green arrow when he had the bonus. But anyway, not to be. Hoyland, fucking no service from that United team. Not going to go into it. Watkins 2 points, and then Haaland, of course, off he went. I had Udogie buried 3 in my bench.
That's the best managerial decision you made this week, was putting fucking Udogie on your bench. Rock bottom.
Yeah, probably. So that was it. I had Pellistri there as well, 4 points. And I was cursing Klopp for bringing Diaz on. I was cursing him.
Because you were laughing. You were licking your lips.
My 4 points for Pellistri coming on. But anyway, that's what I got. 29 points. A very, very unlucky game week for me. They will write about me in FPL history because I will turn this around. I'm like 3.5 million.
Yeah, in and around that. 3.8, I think, actually.
Yeah, well, it's closer to 3.5.
Then.
3.5 million in the world.
3.896, so nearly 3.9 million.
3.5 million in the world.
Oof,
and
no coming back from that kid.
The only way is up.
Well, no, there's about 7 million more places that you can drop.
Well, anyway.
And I'll be here to watch you. I'll be here to watch you fall.
Average was 32, 29 points. Can't complain. Jared, take it away. What'd you get?
I didn't really get to the heights that you did, Paddy. I had 26. Absolute rubbish. Nightmare of a game week. But I got 2 attacking returns. And I kept my triple captainship.
Lucky.
So. But Anderson was my clean sheet return, and I also got a Gordon goal, Which
yeah.
there we go. Just continuing this Gordon. Since you started giving him shit, Paddy, he's done nothing but deliver. I think he's got a goal in every home game or an attack and return in every home game this season. So hopefully you can,
a bit of luck. Everyone needs a bit of luck.
Everyone needs a bit of luck, or variance, as the cool kids say now. But blanks all around, as everyone did. Haaland, Watkins, Son, Ward-Prowse, Saka, Salah, Cash, and Tsimikas. All fucking... Burnham was on the bench, so it didn't really bother me too much about the one-pointer. But, I didn't really realise until you were saying how sickened I'd be if he was playing, because they did keep the clean sheet. I just didn't even think about it that way. But also 9 points from Archer sitting there. Just to remind us
on the bench.
9 points. Archer would have been. I don't know if a lot of managers would have benefited from that this week. I mean, the likes of you'd have had to still have. I think the likes of Rashford and I don't know. Like random midfielders that's. Because most of them played, do you know what I mean? I don't fucking know if many people were getting him off because it was defenders coming on for the likes.
You're getting him off.
You wish, buddy. But 26 points, small red arrow, 2.3 million now. So
2.3 million. Wow.
I know. It's a slow start, but I look across every time I need inspiration. I look across to your team, and I'm just like, there we go. It could be worse. It could be worse, but we do have plenty.
The tables will turn.
The tables won't turn. This is
we fucking will turn.
You're done now, man. This is your.
I'm not
season
done.
over,
they'll be writing about me in history.
Yeah, for going postal in a fucking FPL.
I'm going to have one of those screenshots. I'm going to have one of those screenshots that everyone's going to retweet. All the content creators, all the bigwigs. You know the one where, come, maybe March. I'll be like,
which one?
This is where I was. The one with their red arrows.
Oh yes, in the show. Yeah.
I'll be able to say something like, "Don't give up, kids. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. Just keep going."
Yeah, there'll be plenty of kids listening to you with that mustache. Anyway, I'll tell you that much. But no, that was a segue into you are doing Movember, and I'm going to lob a link into the description below if anyone does fancy donating and justifying that fucking excuse for Atash.
The womb broom.
The womb broom, is it? There we go.
Yeah, it's a.
If anyone wants to send donations to the Womb Broom, I'll put the link in the description below. But yeah, that's enough of our team. Let's move on over to some of this week's Talking Pints.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess the biggest talking point for me, anyway, is the state of Newcastle. Dan Burns' injury. What to do?
Botman's injury.
Botman's yeah, exactly. Dan Burn injured, Botman injured. That's now I don't know. Maybe that's
Burn injured.
Yeah, Botman injured, Burn injured. A whole rake of new options have opened up in front of us. Obviously, Trippier got his 9 points this week, so he remains,
stable figure on our teams.
Not on our teams, on your teams. I'm Trippier less, so he's more of a haunting reminder of my goddamn stubbornness than anything. But obviously a completely legitimate option still for premium level monies. But all of a sudden we've got bargain bucket prices for the likes of Jamel Lascelles, who I think matched Trippier this week. I think he got 3. I think all 3 Newcastle defenders got 3. I don't remember, but I think Lascelles got 3 anyway, and 4 million. So you got him. You got the Livramento question. Then what do they do with Burns' injury? So I think Lascelles in for Batman. He stays there until Lascelles does the Lascelles and gets injured himself. So that's that covered. We know pretty much where that's going to be. He's been playing really well.
And is he do you think he's the go-to guy for Burn at that budget price? Because there's a guy called Livramento there as well.
Yeah, 4.2 I think Livramento, isn't he? If I'm not mistaken.
Okay, and is Burn starting tonight? Did you say Burn was starting tonight?
Burn's out for 3 months.
Or not Burn? Sorry.
Lascelles, yes, sorry.
Lascelles is starting tonight, because that's just in case anyone was, there's people out there
dying to make a transfer.
That just make a transfer right away.
That was just about to press the button, and I was like, no, Paddy, let the game finish.
Yeah, just for any people that do that.
Yeah, I think obviously this will be redundant for anyone listening throughout the week, but It is, I think, important to see how the Champions League plays out a little bit, especially this week with so many fucking injuries and different options to go. I'll be happy to wait a bit later and see how things play out. But Lascelles is, assuming nothing happens tonight, is the nailed centre back replacing Botman, and yeah, the question is just what did it do with Dan Burns' injury? Like, so at the weekend, Trippier went off the left back, Livermore come on, played right back.
Yeah.
So as a Trippier owner, how do you feel about that, Paddy?
That Trippier went into centre back?
Left back, I think.
Or left back?
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, to explain that again. Trippier what?
Yeah, Trippier went left, and Livramento played on the right. So
yeah, Trippier on the right.
Instead of Trippier on the right, yeah. So like,
yeah, well, I mean, as long as he's on the pitch,
you think he's
not coming off, I'm quite happy. But then again, it all depends on who is playing on the left for Trippier to feed, and that's where it comes in as a factor. Is it going to hamper his points?
Well, I mean, you'd imagine based on, now obviously he can turn in and hit the ball with his right foot, and I'm sure he's not too bad with his left, but the classic Trippier move for the last season and a half nearly has been, whipping balls in on the right, and all of a sudden you're now on your left.
But
so they'll obviously
start whipping balls into the net.
Potentially, exactly. I don't think it's an instant. Oh shit, he's on the left now. Sell, and he might even be on the left. Maybe Livermento switches back out to left. Maybe fucking Hall comes in. I don't know. I've seen people say he plays right. I thought he was playing on the left, but you've got that young fella there. As I said, he can probably take a full back position. It'll be interesting. I think Trippier, obviously you don't need to worry about selling them if you already have him. I'd be waiting to see a bit more on the situation if I was looking to maybe cave and bring him in, which obviously the thought has crossed my mind. I'd be standing on just a little bit just to kind of see how that plays out with the fullback situation. I do think you can feel pretty safe bringing in Lascelles, as in any FPL manager, especially if it's a burn to Lascelles. I'm like, you're pocketing 0.6. He seems nailed on.
For you then.
Go on.
What if you're like looking for this budget defender? Would you rather Lascelles than Tsimikas, considering that Tsimikas didn't start and Gomez played out the left? Do you think Lascelles is a more nailed option now
than Tsimikas? I don't know. I mean, I think Tsimikas, like, obviously that was a bummer for anyone that particularly brought him in this week. Anyone that went to it earlier would have caught at least a clean sheet or two. This was always a possibility.
Yeah.
I would like to imagine that, considering Liverpool fucking drew with Luton and are lucky to have drawn with Luton based on the timeline of events, then maybe Klopp just doesn't fuck with the team that just kept 2 back-to-back clean sheets.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. And Gomez, I mean,
he said he played Gomez to give the team more height.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's just a cover up for I met a fucking load of bull. I met a balls out, really. I wanted to see how it would get on, and I didn't think Luton would be much much of a fucking opposition, so I'll try it out against them. That was the vibe I got from that.
Yeah, and now I've seen he's dung out there back, and you go Tsimikas. So yeah, let's go. How much is Tsimikas again? Just sorry.
I think he was 4.5. He dropped to 4.4. He's currently 4.6. So he's gone up from 4.4 to 4.6.
The little bastard.
But you have him, right?
No, I don't have him. No.
Oh, you don't have him. I was wondering.
No, I don't. I'm not a Tsimikas owner. I was very close to bringing him in.
Yeah.
It's one of my transfers before I decided to go for the Saka, and I just felt I really needed to get Saka back, and I didn't really, want to lose. I didn't really have anyone else I wanted to lose.
Yeah, I let you off a bit lightly with that move, actually, but I did before.
Do you want to address it?
Yeah, before we came on the air, I did give you a bit more shit for it, because that was whatever about the Haaland triple captaincy. I was like, yeah, I mean, it's a chip, take a swing. It was a plum fixture, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I couldn't begrudge you that, but then with I couldn't understand this on the Saka one.
Yeah, I know, because
you had 2 Newcastle defenders. I know one came off the bench, but
I know. I had 2 Newcastle defenders. I had 2 Spurs players, and I seen loads of people on the timeline actually bringing Son in.
Yeah.
And I decided that I wanted to sell him.
And he had the ball in the back of the net last night.
I know. I got away with it. He didn't score. Madison got injured. Looking at this week, well, we're not going to go straight into it, but I mean, I'm happy I have Saka.
Yeah, I think
You know, I have Madison still. I think Madison will be okay, but we'll get to that when we're kind of doing our refresher for the next game
I'm
week.
just saying, Paddy, you're on this show. You're talking to 1 million people every week, and you should respect the responsibility that comes with that.
I do.
And fucking transfers like Son to Saka is just nothing but sheer disrespect.
Genius.
No, I think Saka is like having him in for this week. And you did have Madison. That's the other thing. Like a lot of people, you weren't just getting rid of Spurs assets. You were cutting down on them. I think you picked a bad time to do it based on the fixtures, the actual fixtures that week. I was like, there was no need for the transfer. But I think, whatever. What's done is done.
But I did think that Newcastle were going to fall apart with Botman out. And I just thought, Arsenal would expose the defensive fragilities of Newcastle, and it being a big game. I thought Arsenal, more experienced team. I just thought, Newcastle. I thought the bubble was going to bust for the Toon Army, and it hasn't. And you know what? I'm glad it hasn't, because I like Newcastle.
You love them now. You're a Geordie.
I do like the Geordies, yeah.
Fair enough. That's fair enough.
There are a very passionate fans, and they're the nicest, loveliest people, and I just think that there is no fan in the world that is enjoying this reconnaissance
of Newcastle.
Of Newcastle than those fans right now.
You think there's no one enjoying the rebirths then more than the Newcastle fans?
There's nobody in the world fans that would enjoy it, that probably deserve it more, and that will really cherish it.
I mean,
than the
they sold their
fans.
souls to the Saudi devils, so I mean, like, I don't know if you forgot about that, did you, Paddy?
I did forget about that.
Fuck's sake. State of the world, and this is the shit you're coming out with. God bless Newcastle.
God bless Newcastle. God bless them.
I jest. But amongst, the Newcastle thoughts and stuff, other talking point was injuries. Just a fuck ton of injuries. Like, we've obviously talked on a few of them. Haaland, it is 7:10. So we still don't know if Haaland is playing tonight.
Yeah, he's starting.
Oh, yes, 10:07.
It's been released. Haaland's okay.
Haaland's okay.
Triple captain
him this week, lads. Away to Chelsea, it is? Or home Chelsea? I can't remember. Away to Chelsea. But, Haaland started. So there we go. Ain't fucking injured. Rest for Alvarez tonight as well. So, not that, again, you want to be really going into attacking an away Chelsea match. But, yeah, rest for Doku and rest for Alvarez. So, that's one injury out of the way. The big one, the big yellow. Himself, Haaland is, Grant, sorry, I'm just a little in shock. I didn't expect to be hit with that information so quickly.
Well, there you go. I wish I could have hit you with more.
But other injuries that we're not too sure on, the likes of Cash.
Yes.
Matty Cash. So we both have him in our teams. And 5 million, like, it's a bit of a chunk when there's so many kind of options in there. Like, we talked about Lascelles at 4 million, but what about Harry Maguire, 4.2, home to Luton, away to Everton?
Yeah, I mean, that sounds sexy, but I mean, United are kind of shite, and I mean, it's just that game you'd be buying them in for. I think if you're buying in someone else, at least you're kind of buying them in and not wanting to transfer them out after Luton beat United probably 1-0. Yeah. You're stuck with Harry Maguire then. You have to look at him in your team.
But I think if he scores a power header, Paddy.
Oh, fuck yeah. You're just whipping out your cock, aren't you? And just swinging it all around your living room.
Oh yeah, well, living room, bar, wherever you are at the time.
Wherever you are.
But Matty Cash, I'll be honest with you, Paddy, I was looking at ditching him before the injury.
Right.
5 million. I think I probably got him a little less. He's 5.2 million, obviously, at the moment. I think I sell him for 5. But fixtures, lovely one this week at home to Fulham, then away to Spurs, away to Bournemouth, home to City, home to Arsenal. So like two away fixtures. Spurs is a tough one, obviously. Away to Bournemouth's okay, and then like home to City, home to Arsenal, away to Brentford. Like, I just don't really know. And he's done jack shit. That's the other thing to remember. Like, he hasn't had an attacking return since game week 7, and I'm just like,
you kind of want to get rid of him too before he starts to actually plummet. That, like, you've got that little
and
5
he
million
will plummet. Yeah, he will.
He will, but at least well, you see, do you have 2 transfers this week?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, you see, like for people like myself who only have one, we have to focus on Burn,
Yeah, for sure.
or there might even be people focusing on Udogi, but I wouldn't after hearing that he's only got a one match ban. He'll be back after the international break.
You're welcome. I told you
Not
that
like a
information.
fire. It's not like a fire. You know what I mean?
No, it's not. And I think, yeah, exactly. I don't think Cash is a fire either. I mean, like,
No,
he went off
not
with a
yet.
bit of a shoulder injury, apparently. I'll be waiting to hear. Like, they have a European match on Thursday. So
Yeah.
that's obviously a lovely barometer. Is like, okay, did he make the team? Obviously, Emery will have to have a chat about injuries and stuff. So if he misses the squad entirely on Thursday, that's a pretty, kind of a decent indicator of where to go. But as you said, a lot of people have maybe more pressing matters with the likes of
Yeah.
Byrne.
And and Madison, I think Madison will be okay, but I mean, you definitely would be looking to probably fix Madison up before Cash as well because Madison's
Yeah.
worth more cash.
Yeah, and we won't get much information on Madison because obviously Spurs don't have any European football this week. I guess the only thing to say about that is what kind of bastardized version I can remember of Postecoglou's post match, and I think he mentioned something about essentially just needing to make a change, obviously due to the going down to 10 men and Madison carrying a bit of a knock. I think he just kind of, it made sense to just use that moment to kind of switch up the formation a bit. So, maybe under different circumstances he could have carried on, do you know, that kind of way, and hopefully he's able to shake that off. So I'm not overly concerned. There is an international break after this week. So game week 12, 11th of November, we're not back until the 25th of November. So I do kind of worry that anyone who's got a little bit of a knock, maybe the managers go, look, we'll give you the extra 2 weeks on top of it. We might do the 3-week thing. That's why I was worried about Haaland, maybe.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I did not think Haaland was going to start tonight.
No,
in the
neither did
Champions
I.
League. I mean, I did not think it. They're playing young boys. I thought they have the fucking substance in there to dispatch them, give Haaland his rest.
Yep.
But no, they're starting him. But that's a really good point. Like, because we're going to do an international break, he could easily go, Madison, you know what, take the night off. Make sure you're healed up, you're an important player. Yeah. We should be able to beat Wolves without you.
And I think that applies to Cash as well.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, so
if it isn't a serious injury and it's just a little bit of a niggle, yeah, maybe it just becomes a bit more of a look. Why take the risk? Yeah. So I think
that's why it's important to have a decent bench.
Says your man with Lamptey, Pilestri, and fucking 3 defenders flagged.
I am lit up like Christmas.
You're lit up like a fucking Christmas tree.
But let me tell you, right? That Dan Burn's going to be fixed. I'm going to have a player in there. I'm going to have Palistri there. And so I think I'll be okay.
Who's taking your fancy right now for Burn? I mean, is it still Lascelles? You're happy to keep doubled up in Newcastle?
No. You were discussing there off air about Gabriel.
Yeah.
And I think that's a real premium asset going in there, which my team needs. I need to strengthen up some areas, and I think Gabriel going in there would shore that up nicely against Burnley.
Yeah, I was kind of I've sent you off air. I was like that was exactly who I was looking at when I was thinking of Cash out. I was like, I just got Cash to Gabriel.
Yeah.
But obviously the Burn thing has changed. But you can just do that straight away, can't you?
Yeah, I can do that. I have the money and all to do that, so that could be it. I will have a little look through the United team, and I'll have a look at Lascelles, and I might even. I don't think I'll go with. I might even go to Tsimikas because the money saving is good there as well, and the fixtures for Liverpool are still like sweet.
Yeah.
You got Forest, Everton, Brighton.
Everton.
Then, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong fucking. I'm calling them the wrong way. After Man City, you've got like Fulham, Sheffield, Palace. United.
Yeah, who Liverpool got this week?
Brentford.
Yeah, so that won't be. Yeah, Brentford at home. That won't be an easy game. No, I think Gabriel. If I was choosing between Tsimikas and Gabriel right now, it would be easy Gabriel. I mean, home to Burnley, even just that one match alone, he could fucking come out trumps.
Yeah.
But I think we're done with the talking points. I think we'll head on over to the drunk tank.
Yeah, let's do it. All
right. So obviously, there's an atmosphere in the FPL community right now. Like there's a sour tone left after this kind of
The game week from hell.
Game week from hell, yeah, and that's come across in quite a few of the messages we got in this week. So obviously one of them was from friend of the show, Nuclear Adams. How much do you hate this game? Medvedovsky 10 or X, I'm not sure what he's saying. He says, why did this game week have to happen? And then obviously Seamus FPL Drunk just asks me, why am I the way I am? So, just a general antagonistic atmosphere in the drunk tank tonight. But I think that does sum up the week, Paddy.
Yeah, a lot of people are, they're feeling a bit shit, and whenever your team doesn't perform and you put your time into it and you study numbers and you look at fixtures and then it just all turns to shit in the blink of an eye. You can't be like, you can. It's all right to feel that way. Do you know?
It is. And like, how much do you hate this game?
I don't. I love it.
I don't hate this game.
This game is like a distraction. Takes you away. Sure, like, I mean, how much are we going to hate next week when there isn't? This game's not. We're not playing this game. It's international.
Yeah, exactly. International, and you're bored and just want us back. And I mean, these are the game weeks that everyone talks about. These are the ones like, we joked about as his team, and you're like, yeah, you're not going to remember a 33-4 pointer like an average week. Oh, you did good. Well done. You got a little green arrow. But you will remember this one. I'm like, these are things. Yeah,
this will be in our Christmas special or our end of year special. Like
exactly. These are the shit that fucking makes the game what it is. And you have to laugh at it. As I said, it's all about the scars. So no, definitely don't hate this game. Love it. But we did get some serious questions in. So another friend of the show, BKC 77, he said he's got a couple of questions actually, and he is afraid. He's asking these because he's afraid that he will end up with a Frankenstein team like Paddy.
Did he say?
He said, I don't want to end up with Frankenstein team like Paddy.
He didn't say like Paddy.
He did say like Paddy. Well, no, he did finish it with Paddy the Great.
Oh, you see, you were going to leave that out.
I was going to leave that bit out.
Yeah,
no, I wasn't. I was going to see how you took it and then spin you in it. Point is, he recognizes your team is fucked.
My team is not fucked, by the way.
It's so fucked.
That team got more points than your team this week.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, because my team is also fucked. No, but he does. He asks 2 questions. He goes, Arsenal haven't impressed lately. Are they still on your radar?
Yeah, so I'm thinking about bringing in Gabriel. I have Martinelli, I have Saka. I think Arsenal, every team, they're still winning games. I mean, fair enough, they got beat there by Newcastle. You're not going to be like undefeated the whole season. It's a big ask.
I mean, like in the last 4 matches, they've played City, Chelsea, and Newcastle.
Yeah, that's tough games.
That's tough. Do you know what I mean?
And if you've weathered that storm with your Arsenal assets, I'd be holding on to them.
Yeah, and they smashed Sheffield United. They're going to a team this weekend that aren't much better, home to Burnley. So like, yeah, I'm more than happy to keep. I'm as I said as well, looking at maybe getting an Arsenal defender myself. You'll have 3 Arsenal players if you were to go.
Probably,
Gabriel. If you were to go Gabriel, you'd have Martinelli, Gabriel, and Saka, and I would be licking my lips at this fixture this week if I had those 3. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
maybe it could even be a triple captain fixture.
Yeah, imagine if you still had the option, But yeah, I'm all about Arsenal. If I'm being honest, I think I'm happy that like people would have waned on them. I've seen a few teams obviously still don't have Saka. They haven't really replaced him yet. They were waiting to get that Newcastle fixture out of the way, I'd imagine. I mean, he's obviously overall still in 50% of the teams according to this, so like massively owned. But there's a few kind of, you could see kind of gaps in people's teams that are just waiting for an Arsenal kind of midfielder. I thought Martinelli looked decent enough this weekend. He's a cup price kind of option in there as well, 7.7 or something like that. But so yeah, in terms of that, Arsenal very much on the radar. He's thinking Watkins to Darwin. Should we keep for Fulham and have Douglas Luiz for cover when Darwin has Brentford? So he's thinking of getting Watkins out for Darwin.
No, I mean, Darwin is fucking. He's doing bits. He's doing great. I actually wish I didn't even get rid of him, but I don't think I think the Watkins ceiling is higher for this week against Fulham than Darwin against Brentford, and plus Darwin mightn't even start. He might just come on.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Darwin did get a rest this weekend. I think flog him on Thursday and teach him not to be so shit. Maybe like he was again. Like how many fucking chances did he have at the weekend? Crazy.
I know.
Crazy stuff. I'm not.
But if you throw enough shit at the wall, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, look, the point is, you'll hear people saying, maybe rightly so, that it's about having those chances, and on a different day, they go in, and you're laughing. He's a hat trick. I mean, if I was a Darwin owner, I would feel robbed of a lack of an attack and return. But as a non-Darwin owner, I'm like, yeah, there you go. There's a bit of the old school fucking Nunes that we remember. I mean, he's done what? 3 goals, 5 goals 4 goals this season. He's got a goal and assist against Forest, a couple of assists kind of preceding that, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him rested this week, so I definitely wouldn't be getting rid of Watkins. Why the fuck would you get rid of Watkins anyway?
Nah, you wouldn't get rid of Watkins against Fulham, no, so just sit tight.
I mean, even if Watkins blanks against Fulham, I'd still be, I'd still need some convincing to get rid of him, especially for the likes of Nunes, who has said I don't think his minutes are guaranteed.
And like they've got Tottenham and then Bournemouth. Like Watkins got Tottenham and Bournemouth after the Fulham game as well, So
yeah,
I mean,
I guess just trying to get away from that Tottenham game, but I mean, I can see like Spurs last night, Van de Ven gone.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Romero out for 3 matches.
They're not a team where you think you can't that a player isn't going to score against.
No, they're not. They're not at all. Yeah, even though I'm sure their defensive record, and Vicario had a good game last night. He looked pretty decent. He looked pretty decent this season. And I'm sure the defensive record isn't all that bad. But like as you said, I wouldn't be shocked to see teams score.
Yeah,
especially
100%.
Somebody as potent as Aston Villa. But yeah, no, there you go. BK, that's about our thoughts on that. What else we got, Paddy? We got
any more questions?
Bano Ballymitty FPL at Bano B Mitty FPL. Jesus. With Haaland possibly injured, do we stick or twist?
We stick.
Yeah,
we know he's back anyway.
Yeah, so mainly just a lot of hate this week.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't mind being a punch bag for the FPL community.
I hate for the game.
If
hate
that's
for the
our
game.
role,
we're good.
that's what we need.
Yeah, exactly.
To help people.
We're the hero they need, not the one they deserve. Isn't that it?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yes. So thank you for the questions. If you want to ever send in questions, or if there's ever a week that you want to get our thoughts on something, you can reach me on Twitter at FPL Hangover, and even Paddy the Great might be able to take a message too. That's FPL Viking _. So feel free to pop into the drunk tank. But before we round up, Paddy, let's go over to the FPL Hangover Podcast Mini-League.
Yes! Let's inflict some pain. Let's see if anybody had a good week. Let's see if the leaders are still the leaders, and if the losers are still the losers.
Yes. Did you get in contact with our manager of the month last week?
I did. He's a Limerick man.
I saw.
Donal.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. So I got in touch with him. He's very happy, and Kinniger are sending out a care package right as we speak. I wouldn't be surprised if he is cracking into a beautiful
smashed on
right now. Smashed out
of it.
-12 triple captain.
Absolutely sabotaging these FPL team. Don't FPL and drink. The classic
very good
rule.
The top 10. We do not have a change at the top. It's still our current manager of the month, Donal O'Regan. He's number 1, even with a horrific score of 22 points this week.
That'll bring you crashing back down to reality. You'd need a drink after that, Paddy.
He has now, and second place has closed the gap to 5 points. Cla Tuor is now right behind him. He's on 739 and he's on 734. Third place, Glenn Judkins. Scott Kent in 4th. Gavin O'Donnell in 5th. Peter Scullion in 6th. Antoinette Buckley in 7th. James Walsh in 8th. And Aaron Beatty in 9th. And my old mate, Fergal Casey in 10th. Actually, Gavin's my mate as well. Everyone's my mate who listens to this podcast, but those two in particular. So well done, Donal. You are flying high. Now, let's get to the best parts. Let's see who the manager of the week was.
I'm sure there's going to be some fucking low scores this week, man.
Right, so the manager of the week is Scott Kent. And let's just bear with me. We're having there we go. He's back. So Scott Kent got 51 points this week.
Fuck, that's a low score, isn't it?
That's a fucking shit
for
score,
manager of the week. Like, I mean, you're laughing
Yeah.
if you're Scott, but like in general.
Yeah, we're joking. That's an amazing score this week. So Scott, that puts Scott up 8 places in the league, and he now sits in 4th. Now he must have been doing okay to only move up 8 places, you know.
Yeah, having a good season.
Because the special mention I want to go to Reese Jones and S Herc, because they got S Herc, was it Herc or Hunk? Herc got 49 points this week.
Boom.
He's the highest riser. He went up 75 places. So, you know, that's him up to 99th. Now, here we go. We've actually found a worse score than Az this week. And what do you think this score could possibly be?
9.
8.
Oof.
8 points. And it goes to our former manager of the month, Paula Castro.
Paula. I knew that was a fix. God damn it.
She's just one-hit wonder.
One-hit wonder.
Yeah. And she dropped 69 places. She's now 200th in the league. 8 points. Unlucky! A special mentions go to Jack Spalding and Richard Panoons, who both got 12. To David Grant on 13 points. Carol Freel on 14. And to FPL Dad, 14 points. Your shite smells. No, I'm sorry, Dad.
Everyone's shite smells, Paddy.
Yeah, I know.
It's not an insult.
So here we go. Let's have a look at Transfer Genius. So the Transfer Genius this week goes to Havard Narum, who made 2 transfers and netted himself 15 points. He got rid of Udogi for Gahi.
Nice.
And he got, what do you call him?
No, I was saying nice. That's a move.
Good.
Gay is what I say. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a nice move. And got rid of Neto to Matoma. So that netted him 15 points. Derry O'Brien, special mention, netted himself 13 points with 2 transfers. He got rid of Madison for Gordon and Gabriel for Trippier. So
yeah, there's some solid moves.
Yeah, they are solid moves.
Take note.
Now, our worst transfer, I can't get it's Paula Castro, right? But this team, Paula, I think is just hunting, you know, big
some
scores,
random
big 1 week scores, because that's a nice tweet. So we're going to disqualify you, Paula, from the worst transfers, and we're going to go straight to Bernard O'Shea, because this looks like a legitimate move. He made 4 transfers, incurring a -12, a -17. He did Watkins to Alvarez, Diaby to Foden, and Bowen to Son. And let's show me those 3. See, bench wanker, always another personal favorite of mine, especially on a week like this week. Oh fuck!
There was a lot of heavy benches around this week. There was a lot of heavy
geez.
benches.
Yeah, there was a lot. There's benches here that actually got double as a score and triple.
I think as is, or no, I was thinking of one of the above average lads. Like his team was his bench was like twice the score of his regular team, 23 or something like that. He just scored 11 or I don't know.
Well,
massive.
And Derek Tinkerman. He got 25 points laying on his bench. What players would do that kind of damage to have in your bench?
Well, Kabore is 8.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So you'd have anyone with a Kabore in there. You could have a Gordon against Newcastle. I've seen
25 points.
Yeah, there were some massive scores on the bench. Archer, that's another one on a lot of people's bench.
Yeah, that was my dog. Sorry, dog. Sorry, people. Scott Marriott got 24 points to the bench. Matthew Grant got 24 points to the bench. Mike Halpin, 23 points on Lucky Mike. Liam T still 23. Lots of 23s and 20s all the way down the bench. So, yeah, I think that about sums up our Fantasy Football Mini-League. Or did I leave anything
No, you
out there?
nailed it, Betty. You nailed it. Obviously, the league is closed now, as we said. So, not congrats, but best of luck to everyone who's in the league. You're locked in now. You're not getting out. That's a binding contract. So yeah, that's closed. And tune in here every week to see if you made the shit list, as Paddy so nicely puts it.
Yes, that's exactly it.
All right, before we go, because your fucking computer's going buck ape here, Paddy. Tell me what
is it?
It is, yeah. Anyone watching the YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe, especially if you enjoy watching Paddy explode in size. But
oh god,
and you're breaking up a bit, so I know this is going to cut off soon. And if it does cut off soon, I'm not ringing you back. I'm just going to round off the show and thank everyone for listening. But hopefully we can get to the end, because I wanted to ask you your thoughts on...
I'm on 5% battery. I have just seen...
Oh, that's why it's fucking going mental. Tell me, captaincy for the week.
I'm going to go with... Jesus, this is a great question. This is I mean, if I'm going... I have a... What do you think of that?
I didn't hear because you just broke up, pal. Tell me again. Who's your captaincy for the week?
I have my captaincy. It's a great question. My captaincy at the moment is sitting on Saka.
Saka. No, there you go. The man you brought in last week.
Yes. You see, there's always a reason.
Oh yeah, I never doubted. Method to your madness. Mine is.
Or it could be Hoyland.
Hoyland at home to Luton. That's a nice ballsy one now. That's a nice ballsy one. There's a couple of options. I think Salah at home to Brentford. Obviously Saka home to Burnley. Watkins home to Fulham. That's a nice one. And of course, the classics. Haaland and Son, the usuals. But I think I'll be happy to go away from Haaland again this weekend. I mean, don't get me wrong, I feel like Chelsea will, not really be able to put up much of a fight against City, but it is away, and I'm happy to either attack the Burnley or Brentford fixture. So I haven't fully made up my mind, but it's sitting on Salah. I have Salah. He's there for a reason.
There's some great options. I mean, like, even Watkins is a captaincy shout this week.
Oh, 100%.
Against Fulham.
Yeah, 100%.
I got burned by him before, so I'm never touching him again.
I'd probably be sticking that on him ahead of Son for me. I think my 3 captaincy options would be Salah, Saka, and Watkins, and then Haaland and Son's a bit of a coin toss. So there you go. Yeah. There's the captaincy. Anything else before we round up the show, Paddy?
Yeah, that's the captaincy. No, we can just skip over to see who the most transferred in and out players are. I guess I always like to have a little peek at that.
You always like to try humiliate me. I get it.
I do, but that's if we don't have any.
Let's fucking try bait it through.
Okay, I'll try and bait it through. Right, here we go. Who do you think are the most transferred out players this week so far?
Dan Burn has to be up there.
And this never fails to shock me, by the way.
In what way?
So, yes, that's correct. Yes, second most transferred out player, 100 measures so far.
Okay. Udogie.
No, you're
Udogie.
gone.
Fuck.
No, you're gone. That was a good. I actually am surprised he's not there.
That's a good guess.
But do you want to know who the top transfer out is?
Yes, tell me.
It's Haaland.
Jesus Christ. I suppose when you're so massively owned, of course it's going to be.
219,000 managers have got rid of Haaland. Oh. Burns in second. Odegaard is in third. Romero is in fourth. And Maddison is in fifth.
Are more people getting rid of Romero than Udogie? That doesn't even make sense.
I know. It's madness. Now, I'd say that Udogie is probably... Yeah, he's actually... We've done the top 5. I'll just go on ahead. Cash is 6th. Udogie is 7th.
Cash should have been my next guess, so I was out anyway. I was fucked.
Yeah, you're fucked. So anyway, most transferred in. This should be pretty, it's easy to get one or two.
Saka.
One anyway.
Saka
You're
going in
gone.
there? Fuck.
You're gone. Doku. Current Doku.
Man, FPL
Um,
managers, such
most transferred
fickle
in.
creatures, aren't they?
Yeah, that was funny. The team that won, who got the best score of the game week, was a team that captained Doku every single game.
Oh,
They
really?
triple captain and they triple captain in that game, and their team name is Count Doku.
That's brilliant.
So
that is destiny.
yeah, that was brilliant.
Yeah.
That's a nice story. Nick Nketiah is in second. Mitchell's most transferred in third. Bowen in fourth, and Anderson in fifth. And Bowen, that's someone who's kind of, I have an eye on him.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, with the likes of Martinelli there, now that you've doubled up, I mean, maybe down the line you could switch over. I definitely am the same. He's doing a lot, and West Ham's fixtures are still lovely, and I've come off the idea of Ward-Prowse. I'm a little annoyed that I even went there.
Yeah.
But I didn't think he'd drop
Told
so
you.
deep. Yeah, you didn't.
I told you about that.
You did not.
I laughed at you.
Well, you laugh at
I
everything
laughed.
I do.
I laughed at that, though.
Yeah.
I remember that particularly.
All right. That's it. So, Paddy, is it? That's the market as it is.
That's basically it. I guess, follow my Instagram at the Viking Dippers. I'm doing a charity dip every single day. It's if you'd like to see me tortured and unhappy, that's where you will get to see that. I have actually
semi-nude.
about 700 euro raised so far, and I'm looking to get over the 1,000 for men's health. It's just such a great charity, and we need to start, us men talking more about things.
Innocent
So
men.
you can get me over there. Jared, you want to do the rest of the business stuff there?
Yeah, as I said, you can hit us up on Twitter at FPL Hangover. You can Gmail us, fplhangover@gmail.com, Instagram FPL Hangover, all the usual links in description. Like, subscribe, share with a friend, spread the word, give us a 5-star rating, all of the usual mumbo jumbo. It's much appreciated. We'll leave it there. Enjoy game week 12. I'm hoping it'll be a damn sight better than game week 11. Paddy?
It will be.
It will be.
It will be.
You have faith. You have faith.
I do have faith, and you know what? There's nothing going into the international break on a low, so I'm going to send out the positive vibes to everyone right now.
Positive vibes. You should do your captain pick from your daily dip.
Yeah, I will actually. That's a great idea.
There you go. Look,
Very
I'm a
well.
marketing genius. But look, everyone,
Yeah,
thanks for
that's it.
tuning in. If you got this far, you're legends. Enjoy game week 12, and most importantly, God bless.
God bless.